So I've been looking into information a little bit and a little bit about the history of writing and recording or whatever. And something occurs to me now, and I'm wondering if it might be true. What I'm wondering is, could it be possible to record who you are in some device? The way you think and the things you know, is it possible, could it be possible to store that information outside of yourself? Because I'm thinking that who you are is basically your brain, and your brain stores lots of information to define who you are. I've had a brain injury which has caused me to lose my memory, so I've lost virtually all of my memory. I'm surprised I can still speak, to be honest. I've lost so much information. I can remember a few addresses of where I've lived. I can remember the names, and I can visualize the look of some friends. And there's a few things I remember, but most of my life is basically disappeared because of the injury. So what I'm wondering is, could I store myself, or could I have stored myself in some device outside of myself? Because it seems to me that the brain is just one thing inside my head, and everything I knew would be in that thing. So there could possibly be a way to take all the information inside the brain and store it outside of the brain. So in other words, could I transmit myself into an external device so that I could exist outside of myself, like a copy of me? If my brain could be copied and stored somewhere, then essentially I would be stored somewhere. So I'm wondering if it might ever be possible one day to store a copy of myself in an external machine so that I would exist in another place. I'm wondering if we can basically copy ourselves, download ourselves into an external device. I think it seems reasonably possible because who we are is in our brains and the connections in our brains. There might be a way of taking the construction of our brain and projecting it into a device so that we would essentially be in two places at once, or more than two.